Hey, stupid. What's good, homie? I just want to say thank you for tuning in. And I just want to pre-warn you, this is going to get real personal. There's going to be some crazy conversations, and if you're sensitive, this is not the place for you. So thank you for tuning in to Brain Poop. This is your host, K&G.
Yo, what is good? It's your boy K&G. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2. If you didn't see the first one, go check it out right now before you tune into this one. The first episode is called Pizza Hut Sucks, because it does. And once you listen to it, shout me out and subscribe. I tell you what, it'll be worth it, because I got a lot of crazy stories. Living in Florida, it's definitely different from being from Boston. But if anybody was wondering from the first episode if I got my refund, no. I did not get a refund. Unfortunately, not yet. They said they gave it to me, but now I guess they're saying it's up to my bank. It's the provider. So I gotta wait for the bank to dispute it. I think I did this, Sunday or Monday? And it's now Friday, if I'm correct. Yep, Friday, August 5th. Yeah, still have no refund. So I guess I gotta wait for the bank, guys. I'll let you know how that turns out. But also, I want to shout out everybody that did check out the first episode, show love and subscribe and shared. Thank you. I appreciate it. That means so much. Even though it's just a little bit. I'm just starting. So, my little tiny amount of subscribers means a lot. So, that means something's working. I'm building somewhere. I got to start somewhere. But, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. I'm your host, K&G. And today, I have a crazy, very questionable type of topic. I mean, I ain't never heard no shit like this. And I sit here and I think of all the times I sat here and said, ain't nothing can one up this topic. And then down the line, I fall into something that one ups that fucking thing I thought wouldn't get one upped. So, oh man, this morning I woke up, I do my daily fucking routine, right? I pick up my phone, I look at the weather, I check out the news, I see what's going on in my messages, whatever, etc., etc. So I got this account, I got this app, it's called Reddit, right? By the way, if you have a Facebook and you fucking hate Facebook, go to reddit.com. Get the app, download it. I'm not getting a fucking endorsement or anything. I'm not being paid to say this because then ain't nobody know me. They don't give a fuck about me. Anyways, I'm an account holder on fucking Reddit, and I personally feel like it's better because the topics, it's just like a wormhole of craziness. And with the profile, you don't have to have a personal picture. You have to have an avatar. So I don't think you can post your own personal picture unless it's put in a gallery. But your profile is an anonymous thing unless you don't want to be anonymous and be like, hey, it's me. But anyway, so this app, Reddit, it has a lot of blogging and stuff like that. And there was a topic that blew my fucking mind. Because never in my life have I ever heard of this. And there's so many forms of ways to make yourself desirable or smell good and all this other shit, right? So I'm kind of giving you a little hint, or kind of giving you somewhat of an insight of where I'm going. But, so there's this thing called vabbing.
What the hell is even that?
Yep, that's a word. Vabbing. First word to kind of combine the whole word is vagina, and then the abbing part is supposed to be cut for dabbing, right? So in my mind, I got took into this idea of mental images because I don't know. I think it's because I'm an artist or I'm just a little fucking weird, but artists tend to be weird, so whatever, I'll embrace that shit. So check it out. This mental fucking creative image in my head made me think, okay, vagina's dabbing. So there's only two things of dabbing that I know, really. It's the dance. So I'm like, how does a vagina dab? What is a lips do a fucking thing? Do arms come out? Do they fucking dab? Yeah, dabby. You know what I mean? Or is it when you hit some dab with your puss? Because there's a thing called butt chugging. You can get drunk by drinking or putting any type of drug or alcohol product or substance in your ass. You know what I mean? Come on. Chug. I've seen it. Jackass. You gotta thank Steve-O for that education. But there's a thing about that's called butt chugging. You know what I mean? You chug fucking beer in your ass. But vabbing. vabbing to me only meant two things mentally in the images that I created. So it was difficult for me to think of and try to make sense of. So like,
That don't make no sense.
anyway, let's move forward about the piss flaps thingy, right? So vabbing apparently is when wow. Vabbing is when a female takes her vaginal secretions and uses it as like a what do they call that oil? Fucking shit. It's like aromatherapy type oils, whatever. And yes, I guess the girl dabs it on her fucking wrist and neck as like a perfume to attract a mate. Yeah, that shit blew my mind too. So I'm sitting here like, nah, you're lying. There's no fucking way there's girls going around just, yeah, this is my favorite perfume. This is gonna get the guy. I'm gonna get the one with this one. And it's gonna start getting, it's gonna get females that shouldn't be vabbing to start vabbing, right? And then they're gonna walk into a room smelling like straight up garlic milk. And that's gonna be terrible. That's gonna create a trend of what the fuck is going on with women today doing that. Now, if you do it, that's your thing. It's your thing. Because I do my thing, but that, in some other people's eyes, I'm a fucking weirdo, which is fine. But I make sense. Vabbing to me don't make sense. Because I'm sorry, if I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? That don't smell like what skin should smell like. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like, I think it's a different pheromone base. I don't know. I guess scientists said it was a thing. And to me, I'm kind of like, it shouldn't be a thing. That's not cool. Like, I don't think women would appreciate men, using their secretions as a pheromone. Because let's be honest, that's not a pretty outcome. And
that's nasty.
honestly, who wants to smell dry jizz? That's not a good smell, I suppose. I mean, I hear a lot of girls and guys say it stinks. I don't really go out my way to smell that stuff. So, I hear it's bad. And I would believe so, because anything that secretes from the body and dries kind of stinks. It's gross. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. So, I don't understand it. Who the fuck is vabbing? And then you're walking around as an individual knowing to yourself like, hey, I got my piss flap lube all over my neck and wrist. Like, I'm really killing it out here in this dating scene. Because, I went to the extent measures instead of just using regular perfume and, soap. Smelling like a pretty flower or something. You want to smell like the flower downstairs. And I don't know, like, regardless if your snatch smells decent or like water. Or I don't know what water smells like, because I heard if you try to smell water, you can drown. So I don't know. I don't know what water smells like. I just know that everybody has their own personal scent, whether it smells clean or not. It's a different scent from everybody. So I just don't know about the whole pheromone idea with the vabbing. So, like, ladies, please comment below. Let me know, like, what's your input on vabbing? I don't know how many females really listen to this podcast, but I know my guy friends do, and I know their guy friends do. And I suppose this would be a questionable idea because it's not equal trade with pheromones when it comes to men. Am I right? Because that whole jizz idea of pheromone wouldn't be the same. Like, how would a man be able to share his pheromones? Through sweat? Because as far as I'm concerned, women, I've heard women just be like grossed out that their man smells like B.O. Or just sweaty. Or just musty. Like, you already got the bitch and she's telling you stink. So clearly, like, that pheromone's not working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's some, questionable females out there that love the smell of fucking stank. But I guess that's y'all. I met a female once that, she told me, because she, she's bisexual, she's into females, and she told me that she likes to eat box when her girlfriend is, sweaty and like was active that day, and she doesn't like, if the girl wanted to go take the shower, she'd be like, no. You know what I mean? Like, she likes that musty snatch. You know what I mean? I don't know. Musty muff diving. That's your thing, man. That's your thing. But, like, equally, how does a man have a pheromone that's, like, majority acceptable? Like, let's be real. It's not typical for a female to do that. And I mean, if they have and we just didn't know, holy fuck, I would be angry. But at the same time, like, wow. Like, that's a perfume. So why are we paying so much at Bed Bath & Beyond for these little fucking smell goods? And the whole time you just caught me with your prune juice. It's just, like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, not knowing and having the choice to smell that would irritate the shit out of me. Because I personally don't believe that pheromones just come from your snatch. You know, like, scientists say that you can, lure someone in with some prune juice. I guess that's what I'm calling it, prune juice, because yeah, it just, without saying, just look at it when it's relaxed and in its natural state. That shit's like prune juice. So, like, but my thing is, like I was saying, like, what would be equal pheromone trade? Like, if a female can go swipe it, like, what about a female that wants to do that pheromone thing, but they have, like, that dried box thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, their box can't get dry unless they're aroused. And then there's, like, those females that walk around with just, like, wet veg all the time.
Yeah. Bucket in a mop for this wet ass pussy.
I mean, I would suppose you would have to go see a gynecologist, but if your gynecologist says, like, nah, you're fine, like, you just got a wet box all the time, like, that's another segment. I'm gonna have to talk about that next, like, on another note. But yeah, like, what about girls that don't have that? They have to go, like, flick something real quick to come out and even get it. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's free perfume, but, like, you gotta work for it. So, like, I don't know. But really, though, like, I just kind of find that disrespectful, having to smell your snatch without consent. You know what I mean? Even if I like it or not. Why? I don't have consent. I mean, you don't have consent. I'm the victim here. I gotta stink that. I gotta smell that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But for real, though, like, what's an equal trade for pheromone? Because we know that jizz is not... That's a no. We're not doing that. I mean, there's some girls, like, there's a community out there that like the whole jizz on the face and the eating and shit. Like, but I'm not. I don't know about that. I think I'm a different type of guy for that. I don't. There's no other way to say it. I just don't. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like other stuff, but just not that. You know what I mean? And, yeah. But the vabbing. I don't know, man. How about my guys? My guy friends. Would you be cool smelling someone's snatch without consent? Like, especially if it's, like, a fine-looking ass bitch, right? And you're just like... I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't take pheromones for me to find a girl attractive. You know what I mean? I could see you from across the room type shit and be like, oh, she's cute. You know what I mean? She's this, she's that. I don't think necessarily I'm stinking you from across the room. Like, I don't smell you from across the room. So clearly my interest was already there without your prune juice. So, like, it's questionable. What's really the point of that? And like I said, like, you're gonna start getting girls that shouldn't be vabbing into fucking vabbing. That's dangerous. Poor fucking girl won't even have nice enough friends to tell her either. Because that's the type of bitches you are these days. Y'all bitches don't stick together. Y'all are enemies. Y'all be like, women empowerment. And then be hating on the bitch. Calling all types of hoes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real here. Let's be honest. This vabbing trend probably started because it was some hating ass bitch that wanted to get someone back. And then that bitch turned it into an actual fucking thing because she made these poor girls believe it was an actual fucking thing. And then had this, like, scientist validation in the background. They'd be like, yeah, pheromones do exist. But it doesn't mean it works. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Because like I said, if there's girls that shouldn't be vabbing or don't have the, you know, the right what's the ingredients to be vabbing, you know what I mean? It's gonna attract very uncomfortable fucking interactions, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. There's some girls that, like, for instance, I can't smell for shit. Like, my nose is fucked up, right? Because when I was little, I had a, like, really fucking undeveloped fucking nose. So I had surgeries and shit like that, you know what I mean? To fucking rebuild it because it was collapsing. I couldn't breathe. And I'm supposed to have another surgery. But, and I can't fucking smell anything for shit unless it's, like, really rancid and, like, just potent stink. You know what I mean? I can't, like, I just can't. If it's chemicals and shit, I can smell it. But if it's anything, like, sweet and subtle, can't fucking smell anything. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to this. Like, there has to be people out there that are like me that have problems being able to smell. You know what I mean? So, like, what if you're just walking around with this chick that you think is mad dope and shit, and she's just got, like, she thinks that her garlic milk fucking attracted you. Whole time you just liked her whole getup. And then, like, it doesn't work out with y'all. And then she goes and tries that again with someone else that can smell. That's gonna be terrible. She's gonna hate people forever because she chose to do something fucking dumb. Is that just swipe and wipe? No. Stop it. Listen, ladies, if you ever heard of this or ever tried it or thinking about trying it, don't fucking do it. Because I promise, it's not normal to me. And I know, like, you don't like the smell of men when they're moisty and musty and shit. You know, that's not a cool pheromone, and that's supposedly a way of a man attracting is being sweaty. Like, I don't know. I've heard some bad fucking feedback about stinking, so I don't know if that's really true. I mean, if it is for some, then more power to you, but I don't think that's a majority thing. That's not a popular thing. Unless I'm just missing something, I don't know. I have no game anyways either. I don't even know how I landed my wife, but here I am 10 years later.
I can't believe this has happened. I can't. I just want to say one thing to my wife who's home. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
My wife, but here I am 10 years later with this chick that's fucking fine as fuck, and I'm just like some weirdo. You know what I mean? I be telling people, I'm like, yo, when we go out, I be thinking, like, people thinking, like, I'm her brother or something, or, like, a family member, because there's no way in hell she's fucking me type ass shit. You know what I mean? But, hey, here I am. But she didn't vab to get me. No, she didn't vab at all. I don't even think that was a thing when me and her met. I mean, we met years before we started dating, but still, I don't think that was a thing. I always wanted to clap them cheeks without smelling anything. You know what I mean? I mean, thankfully, everything's top notch here. But she never vabbed. I didn't need her to do that. I don't think she needed to feel like she needed to do that. So, like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to know, y'all, what's your fucking opinion? What's your input or insight or your perception of fucking vabbing? Because, like I said, I never heard of it up until this morning. So it's definitely something that inspired me to talk about it. I mean, it's different. But again, it's 2022, and, like, you're learning these little communities that never used to exist in your whole upcoming or adulthood. And here I am, 32 years old, learning about vabbing. And I don't know if that's essentially a new thing, or if this is like an old thing that came back, like a new style. You know, like, I never thought bell bottoms would ever come back around. And these bitches are coming back around. I'm seeing people wear bell bottoms in 2022. So that's different. That's definitely, you know, do your thing. Jam on it. But, alright, y'all. I think I'm gonna cut it down right here. End the podcast at a thank you for subscribing or tuning in to the first and this episode. If you didn't check out the first episode, make sure you fucking do, because come on, you're missing out on the good topics that lead into the next ones. But also, I would like everybody that did tune in, if you, like I said, comment below, show some love, tell me what you think about this topic. What do you think about it? Like, do you think this shit normal? Have you ever heard of it before? What's your opinion if it was your experience with a female? Don't be shy. Make sure you show some love. Again, this is Brain Poop Podcast, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, KNG, and I'm outie.